Hello, this is Just One Life, and today is a comfy day. We got a blanket, we're hanging out, playing blue-white control, we're settling in for the long haul. This is the most annoying deck in Standard currently. It is incredible against Clerics, which is by far the most powerful deck, a little weak to Dragons, and the reason that it's so powerful against Clerics is partly Divine Purge. It exiles all artifacts and creatures with mana value 3 or less. Then they can recast them for 2 extra mana on top of their cost, but they enter tapped. So it really hoses everything in the Cleric's deck except for their captains and their aura. Fateful Absence can take care of those guys anyway. Fateful Absence can also take care of dragons and planeswalkers. Our Key to the Archive helps us draft Approach of the Second Sun for our next win condition, our only real win condition. Teferi lets us untap our Key to the Archive and lands. Memory Deluge lets us search for more cards. Doomscar keeps us alive. And Discover the Formula, our last card from Alchemy here, is 6 mana, seek 3 non-land cards, and they all get a 1 mana discount. The way to think about this card is a 3 mana draw 3, because it gives them all a 1 mana discount. So actually it's 3 mana to draw 3, and not just draw 3 spells. So you don't get lands. So this is like one of the best draw spells that has ever existed, really. One of, because obviously there is one very important, well-known draw spell that is better. So we're gonna get into some games and see if we can match up against some clerics and beat some cleric booty. The games are gonna start right now. Wonderful. We've got our Doomscar. And a Divide by Zero if we get one more. I'll lead with this Amaria's Call tapped. That ensures we've got double white for Doomscar and Divine Purge. We can cast everything in our hand except this key, and we only need to draw 1 mana to cast the key. Beautiful. How about a Foretell? Jawari Ruins, so we know that they're playing counterspells, or more specifically, Jawari Disruption. And it looks like it's a mirror match. Jacob Hawken. Really now? Really, really? We'll just pass. We might want to Fateful Absence it. Who knows? Let's see what they do first. Jacob Hawkins not scary until they get up to 6 mana anyway. We might want to Divide by Zero another play they make. Let's find out. They're just passing to my turn. So let's try and get rid of Jacob Hawken. Do you have a Divide by Zero for me? If it's just Jawari Disruption you're holding, it doesn't work. So they've got something, so we don't need to play anything. We can just hold up a Divide by Zero, pass back to them. They consider. Sure, let that go. Sack their clue. Makes sense. Back to you, non-red deck playing Lightning Bolt Sleeves. Blue, and you untap it? They do untap it. They want to cast something for 4 mana. Key? Do you have a key? They don't have a key. We have a key. And they don't have a counterspell. Ooh, there's Approach right away. So we'll take that. And discard. Seems like Purge is bad. So our shields are down. We have nothing to interact with them this turn. But next turn we could Divide by Zero. Do you have anything good to play? They have their 5th land. They decided they weren't going to get to 7 for Seagate Restoration. Ooh, what are you? Nico Aris. 3 and X. When enters the battlefield, create X shard tokens. What the heck's a shard token? Pay 2, sacrifice this enchantment, scry 1, then draw a card. -2 is, or +1 is up to 1 target creature you control can be blocked. -1 is deal 2 damage to target tapped creature, and -1 is to make a shard token. Interesting. How interesting. We'll play a land and approach. Test of Talents. Alright. Go ahead and exile every single approach in our deck. There are 0. There's just 1 in our graveyard to exile. And it really doesn't matter if they exile it, because, well, I guess it kind of matters. There's 1 card in our deck that pulls it back to our deck. Alright. Nico Reese. So weird. Jacob's back. Back again. Alright. Oh, Jacob can't be blocked this turn. Sure. Doomscar. Goodbye, Jacob number 2. And, yeah, let's make him spend extra mana on Nico. At this point, we can get a mascot exhibition in play, or we can just teachings. I like the idea of teachings. Look at that, they're up to 7 cards in hand. 6. 5. Oh my gosh! They did it. The absolute mad lad did it. Alright, well we clearly get to draw 3 cards with this teachings. And there's a key. We can draft a Putrefy. Maybe Regrowth would be better. We can pull teachings back. We'll discard, I suppose, Divide. And we can cast Regrowth now. Let's do it. Regrowth our teachings. Alright, opponent. Go for it. $23 cards in hand. Holy crap. I think Teachings is alive. Look at the forehead on that guy. Discover the formula too, huh? Well, let's start off with, gosh, they're both a 3-mana draw 3, though. Teferi. That's a good one. He's basically free. Artifact, no creature, land, untap. Play a land. Call out blue, I suppose. And Geist Channeler can go away. Now we can Teachings and hold up Divide by 0. Alright. Go ahead, opponent. Two Seagate Restorations. Jeez. 22 cards in hand. I hope they cast one more. That would be crazy. Okay. They are casting Fateful Absence onto Fairy. We just put it back in their hand. They recast it anyway.
Only time
So no point. And we have another one right here. Okay. Teferi's back. Do they have something to counter Teferi? Seems like they're considering it or looking through their 21 cards in hand. Stoke the fire. They discover the formula. We'll divide that. And learn... Oh, I guess it's mascot exhibition time.
Don't worry.
So, blue. +1. Untap. No creatures. Untap that. And, I'm sure they've got Doomscars in hand. So I think we should... Memory Deluge. Oh, yeah. Now we've got to seek the formula. They only have 1 mana available. Let's do it. Nice. We could play this, but it would require us tapping our key, and I really don't want to tap it. I think I'll just discard a card. Right? 1 card, or is it 2? 1, 2, 3. It's 2 cards. Yeah, sure, we can discard. We'll discard Hengate and this Doomscar. Because clearly it's not very useful to us. Keep 1 just in case. Oh, the mirror match. So they kill him again. Alright.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Goodbye to Fairy. Hey, look at this guy. Up to 10 lands over there. We'll be at 10 lands on our turn also. But we also have 2 keys. Just 4 mana all by themselves. Alright, I'll cast Memory Deluge in hand. Would you like to counter this? No. Alright. Geist Channeler. Make this one cheaper. Geist Channeler. Make this one cheaper. And blue-white to Fairy. Not sure how many Fateful Absence you have in your deck, but you've used 2 of them. +1. Untap. Bunch of stuff.
Give me a moment.
Play Hall. And a Witness the Future. Targeting me. Wheels shuffle back into our deck. Discover the formula. Teachings. Discover the formula. Hand it to Fairy. We'll have 31 cards in our deck. Look at the top 4 and put 1 into our hand. Oh, how about discover the formula? That seems good. Shall we cast it? It would only leave us with 2 mana left over. We can hold. No need to get all hyphy. Now we've got creatures on the battlefield we can attack with. Hey, they have a discover the formula. Okay, let's both discover the formula. Do you also have a test of talents? They very well could with 19 cards in hand. Juwari. I'll pay it. Alright, our shields are totally down. We have 0 mana available. What you gonna do, blue-white control, with 22 cards in hand? We've only got 7 cards in hand. Just 7. Divine Purge? Oh no! Our Geist Channelers! They're so expensive. Fateful Absence.
So that's how it was meant.
There it is. It's alright, we should have 1 more in deck. I think we have 2 more in deck. Unless we have some in exile? No? Oh, we might only have 3 Teferis, actually. No, I think we run the full 4. So we should have 2 Teferis in here. I know we shuffled 1 back in. Timeout used. They are not sure what to do over there with all their mana and cards. Gonna play Nico Aris again. Come on, Nico, with your cool hairstyle. Get on in there. And they have their own Teferi. They know how powerful Teferi is. What do you do with Teferi? Untap stuff. Untap just a single land.
Who's counting?
Useful. Jacob Hawkins back. Oh my gosh. Alright. Play land. Discover the formula. Do they have a counterspell for this one? Divide by 0. Alright. You got it. It's been divided. There's a mascot exhibition. Blue, blue. Blue, blue. Discover the formula. Did we discover it? Have we discovered the formula? Is the formula discovered? No, it's not. Alright, back in the hand. How about a Doomscar? Jacob Hawken? Get out of there. Third Jacob Hawken down. You don't have a 1-mana counterspell, do you? It's gotta be just a... Ooh. Okay. They've given it indestructible. How about a Divine Purge? If I can't destroy it, I'll exile it. How's that? That was a good turn from the opponent. They answered everything that we cast except for our 2-mana Divine Purge. Now they mascot exhibition, and we mascot exhibition. But theirs costs 7 and ours costs 1. "17 cards in hand." They have a haul. They could attack us with their haul. Put us to 19. Hullbreaker Horror. We can put our keys in our hand. That will let us draw extra stuff.
And some think time only flows in one direction.
Get this in on blue. Let's try to discover the formula and draw out a spell from them. Interesting. Let's try to Fateful Absence the Hullbreaker. If they cast an instant here, they can put Hullbreaker back into their hand, effectively countering our Fateful Absence. But then they have to recast Hullbreaker. They are bouncing the Hullbreaker. Alright. Return our Discover the Formula. Let's discover one more time. Let's use our keys to do it. Just one of them. Hey, there's our own Divide by Zero. So we can get a key back out, or we can divide their Kraken when they play it. We could actually do both. We can't actually do both. Let's play a 0-mana Mascot Exhibition. And just pass the turn. There's Hullbreaker. Divide. Reduce to memory. So that we can get rid of Hullbreaker. If they cast it again. Which I feel like they won't. Do they have a board wipe? I wonder. They have a Sunset Revelry. Okay. Divine Purge. Why even cast Sunset Revelry? Alright, they're at just 4 mana. You looking to put this key in my hand or something? Destroy my key? That's my key, man. Oh, he's gonna tap it. Alright. You got it.
Give me a moment. For a few.
Jacob Hawkins back. He's back. An unexpected conversion. Let's see what happens here. They're down to 14 cards in library, and we've got 22. If we find another Witness the Future, we can shuffle this one back into our library. I think opponent's done with their turn. We'll drop a land into play and discover the formula using... Actually, let's not. Let's discover. What do you have to say about that, opponent? We are chillin'. Just chillin'. Test of talents. How many divides have we used? 1, 2, 3, 4. No divides left in our deck. There is a test of talents to find in the deck. So let's try and cast this Memory Deluge to find Test of Talents. Let's use the bigger one. No, we just found Teachings and another key. So, Fateful Absence, you're Teferi.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Discover the formula's down. We had 3 in our graveyard, so they're taking 1 out of our deck. Alright, they're gone. So I suppose it's time for a Divine Purge. Goodbye, Jacob Hawken, and your clue. No clue for you. So now they get to cast their Hullbreaker. They're down to 13 cards in hand. 12 cards in hand and 12 cards in library. Hullbreaker's back! What's your follow-up play? Just 11 cards in hand. And 2 Jacob Hawkins exiled. Reduce to memory my key. Alright, I've got a 3-2. Jacob Hawkins back! Return my 3-2 to the ether from whence it came. There's my test of talents. It was just barely deeper. I needed you, and you weren't there for me. So sad. Let's get a land in. On white, I suppose. And we'll use that right away to reduce to memory. Hullbreaker. Opponent must have a plan for this because they have 2 mana left open and they knew I had it in hand. But I have a test of talents that I didn't have before. This is my unknown ace in the hole. Consider putting Hullbreaker back in their hand. Okay. Hullbreaker's gone. I'll never see it again, I'm sure. It's teachings. We'll get to draw 3 cards off of this, because the opponent has definitely 4 more cards than us. Ooh, look at all these new cards. Let's try a key. A key, a key. Well, D-Spark and Doomblade both do the job. This one exiles. Double blue counterspell doesn't work on him. So we'll just D-Spark. And we'll discard Island. We did draw a Field of Ruin, though. That's nice. We could Memory Deluge one more time. Well, that leaves us open. I would like to hold this test of talents for something. Thing is, we can't cast this D-Spark without our key, so if they remove key with Hullbreaker, it can be a problem for us. We need black mana. This Crossroads is already in play and it's our only one, so we can't put a Crossroads in for black. We're at just 15 cards left, but they have 10. So in 11 turns, if they haven't won, we win. There's the Hullbreaker. Alright, I suppose I'll just try to Memory Deluge. Do you have a counterspell? It's fine if you do. They don't. I'll take 1 to Fairy and 1 key, please. Thank you. And another key. Well, I don't mind if I do. So, we'll start with blue, white, cast to fairy. What do you have to say about this, opponent? Would you like to respond? He's going to put Teferi back in my hand. I'm going to test of talents his Memory Deluge. What do you have to say to that? We're about to get a complicated stack going. Both of us have so many resources. Down to 9 cards, though. He's in the tank. He doesn't know exactly what he wants to do. He's letting it go. Here's their hand. No interaction. They're all sorceries. Oh boy. Get that out of your library. Here's his library. It's pretty sparse. There's 1 Hull Breaker left and 1 key. Alright. So now I can cast a fairy. I'm gonna Memory Deluge here. Witness the Future is great. And basic. 10 cards left in library. Hawken's gonna exile a card every turn. It's gonna mean 4 turns. And he can only use the exiled card on each of their turns. So he can't do it on my turn. +1. Artifact. Creature. Land. And now we get to despark their Hullbreaker. That's 1 Hullbreaker down, but they have 1 more in deck. We don't need to Witness the Future yet, so let's use a key to the archive. No, I want to field their thing. Let's field their creature, land. It's funny that it is using so much of my time, even when I'm done acting, just because there's so much to process here. Insane. This is an endurance match, for sure. This Witness the Future can put our other Witness the Future into our library. So we won't run out of cards, but they will. Would you like to pay 6 and transform it? They have 2 cards under it. They do transform it. Okay. So they can cast something expensive like an Amaria's Call for free. They got to discard a card from their hand. An expensive card. Twice. There it is. There's Amaria's Call. And what else do you do, opponent? They get 3 more turns. If we can survive 3 more of their turns, then it's game. Let's start with a Witness the Future. And I get to shuffle back in some cards. So how about Divine Purge? Divine Purge. And Teachings. And a Despark? No. A Test of Talents. And I get to put Divine Purge back in my hand. Sweet. So this deals with their angels. Goodbye, angels. They give up. Oh my god, the endurance match is over. We finally won. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Guys, this deck is powerful, but man, it is grueling to play. Time for a performance review. This deck, it's definitely powerful. It has a ton of tools and it can win the game, definitely. It has a high win percentage, but the reason I haven't played it up until now is because, oh my god, does it take forever. Every time I've ever seen this deck win, it's taken at least a half an hour per game. Who has that kind of time and patience? I mean, this deck is powerful, but I hate it. There's a reason we comfied up for this stream, because we knew it would be forever. And I'm just posting one single game, and it's as long as yesterday's video that was 4 or 5 games. I don't remember which, 4 or 5. Oh my god. In fact, actually, I think it's much longer. It's like twice as long as that video that had 4 or 5 games, and this is just a single game. Well, I hope this video is informative. If anything, even if you don't play blue-white control, it'll help you know how to play against blue-white control. The best way to beat your enemy is to know your enemy. And now, after playing through this deck, definitely know how this deck operates. And it is infuriating, but it's beatable. And I think the best option you have to beating this deck is Dragons or Burn, something that wins very quickly and does direct damage. So, there's my thoughts on this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, fist bump, high five, take it easy.